Yo, what's up guys, it's Andy here, and today I have a fairly easy tutorial if you have the software. And what it is Cinema4D Realflow back to Cinema4D, so it's Realflow to Cinema4D basically, but it will be C4D Realflow C4D technically. And what it is we will be recreating is this. Might not be as dynamic as this, but it will be fairly close. This was just me experimenting with different settings, seeing what I could create, and the outcome was fairly positive. I was quite happy with it. Could have done better, but it's the whole point of trial and error. Before I jump into this tutorial, I'd like to say congrats to CasualGuy. He just hit 700. It says 730 on the YouTube thing here. Not here. What is that? When you type in CasualGuy, it says 730, but it's 739. So he has done. Yeah, that's 730. See, it says 730, but he's actually at 739, and well done, mate. Because me and him went to university together, and he was the first guy I met. And when I says I done YouTube, he was like, "Oh, so do I," and we just kind of, you know, clicked. Oof. Then and there, I was like, "This is pretty cool. This might be uni, might actually be fun," and it was the best time of my life. I'm going to speak more about that and a few more type of vloggy type game things, commentaries, something like that maybe. So I'm going to jump straight into this tutorial and do it as quickly and as efficiently as possible. So in Cinema4D, what you will need is Realflow's importer and exporter tool. This imports and exports SD files, mesh files and particle files. They'll have different .bin, .abc, there's a lot of them. Don't know what they actually mean, but that's the name of the files. And to get the tube type effect where the water is actually splashing out of, what you want to do inside Cinema4D is make sure you've got a logo, make sure it's a solid object so that it's not like separate, and you will be all good. And to get the tube type effects, what I used was the Bezier tool. The Bezier tool is the curves tool. E for extravagant, right? It's good. It's a good tool when you want to do like custom tools and shit. It's really good. Didn't mean to swear there. Sorry for the viewers who are, you know, against that type of stuff. But I doubt there is, after watching my explicit COD series. So what you want to do is create a sort of, it's like a sort of tube for your particles to launch from, and try and keep it nice and curved, and make sure the second point is straight. Make sure there's a straight point for your particle emitter to sit in, so you don't need to rotate it, and it just gets complicated because you'll see once that open Realflow, sorry. So once you've done that, just get rid of that spleen. Once you've done that, what you want to do is add in a sweep and add in a circle, which is underneath where the Bezier tool is. Just click, hold and drag down, and just, you know, select a circle. It doesn't matter where the position is, because what we'll be doing is placing the spleen inside the sweep, which does nothing. And once you add the circle, adds sort of tube effect, and it looks quite nasty. But this you can do to create, like, you know, if you want to do like a 3D character or something, you could use this and then start to sculpt arms and stuff, but we're not talking about that. So it's a handy wee tool once you get to know what it's all about, and you can change the growth so it's thinner, and it's the scale, sorry, if you change the scale you can make it thinner, fatter and whatever, and it looks cool. So once you've done that, what you want to do is make it editable. By doing that, you press C, or you can click this icon up here, make editable. Converts a panoramic object into a polygon object, so we'll do that. And oh no, don't do that yet, actually. Make the circle smaller first, change that. I'm just going to change it 40. That's not about right. So make it 40, and once you've done that, then press C, and what that does is makes it editable. and just get rid of the two caps. We don't need them, and what that does, it creates a hollow object for your emitter to sit inside and your particles to collide off of. So once you've done that, what you want to do is copy and paste your sweep. That's what it is. It's called a sweep object. That's what I'm calling it. You want to just rotate that 180 degrees. And once you've done that, this is technically you finished with the Realflow, well, the Cinema4D part. And what you want to do is export the SD. And since I've already done it, it's already exported the objects. But we'll just, once you open it, it will say, this is what it will look like originally. The end frame will be 90, but we're just going to change this to 300 because we'll do 10 seconds this time. 10 seconds will take longer, but for the tutorial purposes, it's probably advisable just to go a wee bit further and show you what I can do. So export the objects to a suitable location, and for this, since I've already done it, I'm just going to create a new folder. I'm going to call it tutorial logo take 1000, because I've done it plenty of times trying to get this correct, and the last one I done, things didn't appear that I wanted to, so had to start again. So just open that and save your SD file, just save it inside it, and then export. And what that does, it exports 300 frames in which these objects are available in. So once you've done that, just save the folder, just save the SD, the Cinema4D file, save it wherever you want. It's just so you know you've got it for future tests or, you know, anything like that. And once you've done that, what you want to do is open Realflow 2015. Excuse me, that was totally inappropriate. And again, I drink too much iron brew, that's the problem. Tasty stuff, not tried it, go try it. Once you've opened Realflow, this will pop up. Oh, announcement. This is a new demo scenes that Realflow 2015 is absolutely phenomenal. The results you get from it are just wow. Wow. So we have created our new folder, and this comes up your project management. If you click create new project, it saves it to the location where it automatically decides where it's going to be, and there won't be a name. So we're just going to name it. We'll call it logo capsule logo take. We'll call it take one T1000. So take 1000, right? T1000, get it? Fluid Dynamics T1000. Oh. Yeah. So once we've done that, we'll find our folder which we just created. Mine is inside my Realflow animations, and it is tut logo 1000. We'll open it and we'll save a Realflow file in here as tut take 1000, right? That's that done. Now what we want to do is go up to import object and look for your JF logo OBG. That's what mine's called. Your SD file. Open that, and it takes in what exactly you had in Cinema4D right into Realflow, and nothing happens. So this is what we're going to do. Up the top, you've got your diverso particles, hybrido, standard, and a whole lot of other things in which you can use inside Cinema4D. But we'll just be mainly focusing on standard particles and one daemon. All these can get used. Tutorials may not come in these because mostly I don't know what it does. Crown, I know how to use that. That's really effective. That's one of the new features inside 2015, which is really cool. So first of all, what we want to do is just select a circle and find a suitable position. You want to find a suitable position to put your, we'll just do this, it's a 3.6, 0.6. What you do is you want to fit it inside your tube. Doesn't matter how thick it is as long as it's inside, because this will be your running tap. This is what we'll call it, a running tap. This is where your water will start to pour out of your fluids, your particles, whatever you feel comfortable in calling it. And if we just click simulate, you can see particles start to flow down, but they don't look lifelike, and the only reason why is because there is no gravity. If you see, they'll get shot out They might get shot out, might not, but yeah, they get shot out, as you can see. But they're not going far enough. What they do is they'll just go and launch and just keep going. That is because, as I said, there's no gravity. If we just reset, press yes, go to daemons and select the gravity tool, gravity daemon, should we call it. And this, you can move this, but there's absolutely no point. Just keep it centered. And if we just hit resimulate, as you can see, the particles now interact with the gravity daemon. And as you can see, instead of flying straight up, what they do is they'll make contact with the logo. And this is what we'll be going for. As you can see, particles start to fly down the sides, stuff like that. Usually most people, what they do is they pause this and then come back, but I'd like to explain what's happening as the tutorial goes on. And as you can see, these aren't exactly reaching the top for it to continue flowing, but and to make contact with the top of the logo. Only the first part does it. So what we can do there is just reset, press OK or yes, whatever it says, just whatever I want to get it all reset, and we'll just rise this up a bit. Make sure nothing is exposed. And if we just rise it up a wee bit, this may not look a wee bit better. Come down on its way, as you can see here, and gets released. Now it's beginning to make more contact, hopefully with the top of the logo, and doesn't just pour all the way down. Yeah, that's better. And it hits exactly right in the middle. This is where we want it to go as well, because as it gives it more effect, you can see it starts to fall down in between the two logos, the two layers, the initials, and it still makes contact here, and yeah, that's better. So we'll just stop simulation. As you can see, comes down, makes contact, looks quite decent. So we'll just reset that again, yes. And what we'll do is we'll create another circle. So back into standard, click circle. Fortunately you can't copy and paste, not as I'm aware of anyway. We just want to find another suitable position to put the emitter in, and we'll just change it. You can create it to any size you want, the scale, but I prefer just to make sure it fits in nice. I know I'm doing 0.65, but you can change the scale to any size you want. And always save as you're going along. It's always Control S, so you know you're saving it, and if it does crash, software crashes, you can go ahead and open it back up again to where you last left off. Now if you just quickly hit simulate again, see what happens now. I'm actually going to pause this because there'll be a lot more particles, so I'll be back in literally just a moment. So what's going on, guys? That's me back, and it didn't take that long. It literally took about a minute or two, probably not even that. So that's it done. Both emitters are interacting now, and circle 2, the one on the right, seems to be, as the F, the increase, the incline in the incline in the F seems to be projecting more particles up the way and still producing some going down the way, so you get quite a nice look. If I just highlight both of these, you can actually see both particles in work. Looks really nice. So we're just going to Control S, save what we've got so far. Now it's time to add the mesh, but before I go any further, I'm actually just going to quickly go up to Export Central. The only reason why I'm doing this already is because I had troubles with the last render. Just going to make sure everything's fine. Just click done. Click a wee quick save again. Right, everything looks fine. So now what you want to do is make sure both circles are highlighted and click mesh. It won't do anything, and this is why I kinda like using this relationship header. Per each emitter there should be one mesh, but what I figured out is if I just click and drag onto the particle mesh, if I was going to click simulate again, you'll start to see a mesh on circle emitter 1, but I'm actually going to click and drag both so that they're both interacting with particle mesh. And if as you can see, not all the ABCs are found. Right, that's fine. if I simulate, what it does, it caches the simulation of the emitters and adds a particle mesh on top of them. Before we go any further, actually what I'm going to do is all polygon size. I'm going to change the smoothness to I'll just change it to 75 just to see if that makes any difference. I really doubt it will, but we'll try. And just click filter. I don't think filter really does anything. If you right click, it tells you like a wee bit of help and just gives you a brief description. It's actually on my other screen. Thinning. This filter is an easy to use method to improve mesh overall quality. Valid values range between 0, no thinning, to 1 maximum. We recommend settings between 0.1 and 0.3. Please note at steps, no influence on this, has no influence on this parameter. Okay, I'm just going to change it to 0.2. Oh, actually no, just to 0.1 as it says it's recommended. Well, between 0.1 and 0.3 is recommended, anything between that. So I'm just going to quickly hit simulate, and what this is going to do is simulate both meshes. Hopefully, mesh available. You'll see the mesh here, hopefully, right here. Is it working? Yes. Both meshes start to appear. So both the meshes begin to appear. I'm going to come back once this is done, and I think I may need to change one or two things, and you guys can do the exact same thing. If not, you can just keep it the way it is. So you guys, I'm just going to come back quite quickly, just for the fact that when I said I was going to come back once it's finished, as you can see, the particles are still there, little particle there, and then you've got your mesh. But the problem with the mesh is that the polygons are very low. This reason being is inside circles, if we change the emitter size, the resolution, to 3, what this does is it makes the resolution of the particles slightly higher, and this is very, very good for having a higher resolution render. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly take away particle mesh, simulate with just the particles, and then re-simulate with a new mesh. The only reason being is I want a new mesh is because I don't want any errors during this process. So quickly simulate, and changing the particle numbers with the resolution to 3 has a massive impact. As you can see now, the particle numbers is increasing dramatically, and what you'll see is when these collide after I come back, there will be a massive difference in the way it looks. So when it's finished, I'll come back and you'll see a massive difference. So what's going on, guys? That's that second simulation done, and as you can see, the particle count is a lot more, and what this does is it creates more of a realistic feel. As you can see, that compared to the first one with the resolution of 1, it didn't look the greatest, and that's honestly didn't look great at all, but it gets you the idea of how the simulation works. So now that we've done that, I'm actually going to go back and add another mesh. I wonder what happens if I just click 1. Yeah, that's fine. The particle mesh unfortunately does not connect up with the particle that I just selected, well, the amount I just selected. So I'm just going to quickly add these back in, click and drag, and they are now attached to the particle mesh. And once you've done that, it will say that there's no ABC files found. Once again, that's fine. What we want to do is just click simulate, yes, overwrite, and when this is done, I will be back again to show you the second test of the particle mesh with the resolution at 3. There will be a massive difference, so yeah, check that out. Actually, I've got a feeling that the smoothness at 75 may take the smoothness down rather than up, so if that's the case, then I will go back and check that, but I really don't think it will. As you can see, the particles start to come in with the mesh. The mesh kind of overlaps. That's why the whole process of this is, I'm going to show you there's like ways you can go around it and change it. But I'm just going to pause this, come back when this is fully simulated, and hopefully the .bin files actually go into Cinema4D this time, unlike the last attempt. So I will come back, didn't mean to pause that, I'll come back once this is finished, and it should be all good. Should be enough, couple of minutes and it should be done. So yeah guys, take it easy, and I'll be back in 2. So what's up guys, that's me back, and as you can see it's almost finished and it's going pretty well. It's going pretty quick at a resolution of 3, smoothness at 75, and you know, it's pretty quick. Realflow 2015 is a lot quicker than 14. Tell you that right now. So that's that done, and it looks swag. So we'll go back and I will quickly just go over this. With higher resolution, the particles interact more. There's more extra droplets that appear. It never is 100%. You know, it just depends on your settings and the animation. But with this so far, the way the particles start to separate, come together, and it looks a lot better than what I was hoping for. This is the thing, you can do a simulation, it may look good, it may look bad. It's just all about waiting. So now that we've done that, I'm going to go back into Export Central, and underneath Particle Meshes, Particle Mesh 2, we have a .bin file. And that's what we want. .bin file. Last time I did this, it never exported. Not sure why. Now that it's on, what I'm going to do is save, and I'm going to go in and check in Cinema4D to see if it's actually there. So inside Cinema4 Realflow, wow, inside Cinema4D you want to get your flow mesh importer, Realflow mesh importer, and in the file path you want to select this little icon here, and it's take 1000. So inside meshes there should be .bin files somewhere. Unfortunately the .bin files have not appeared yet again, but there's got to be an explanation why. So I'm going to jump into Cinema4 Realflow, figure out why, and there will be an explanation why, because I am going to fix this time, definitely. What I'm actually trying to get this resolved is simulating the mesh again with the bin file enabled. This should make it work. If this makes it work, then this is what to do. Make sure you simulate with the bin file selected first. If it doesn't work, then I have a serious problem with my computer. Well, not my computer, with these programs. But fingers crossed this works, and if it does, I will be back in a few momentos with the Cinema4D part, and that will be us finished. What's going on guys? Back already. This hasn't finished. Figured it out. You must highlight the bin folder, the bin option for the mesh before you simulate, or you can simulate then do it again. The only reason I know this is I went into my folders where it should be, and it's starting to generate the bin folders, so this tutorial is going well. So what's going on guys, that's it finished. Only a few seconds more I had to wait, but I was just, you know, checking a few messages, stuff like that. So what we want to do is go back a few steps, a few minutes in this video, and, well, don't really, but technically we want to go back a few, and inside Cinema4D is, what we want to do is click Mesh Importer, Realflow Mesh Importer, and it brings up this little icon here, and there's nothing in it. If you slide, nothing happens. So if you select File Path, go to your meshes, and first of all what comes up is ABC files, right? A lot of ABC files, and what you want to do is find where the last ABC file is, which is here, and the next ones will be all your .bin files, and these are the files that you need. If you click the first one and don't click anymore, just press open, what it does, well, it looks like it's done nothing, but as soon as you start to drag this along, you'll begin to see your mesh. Oh yes, happy days. Just make sure you change your frame output to the highest of you put as, what was it, 300, it could be 400, it could be 500 and so on. And now you can see that it starts to produce some sort of animation. And this is exactly what we were going for the very first time, and I never realised I had to simulate again to get the bin files. And that's trial and error. This is trial and error when you're doing graphic design work or motion design work, and you know, it looks really nice if you just quickly hit render. It looks a wee bit sharp in some points. That's just a case of going in and fixing it inside, what do you call it, inside Realflow. Sorry about that. You can change the angle on it, and oh, hold on a minute, if I change that 180, actually makes no single bit of difference. That's fine. So now that we have that, which is what we really wanted to go for, it's just a case of getting in texture on it and stuff like that. But what you want to do inside my animation, what you seen was the tubes actually aren't really there. So what you want to do is just the two knobs. You can delete them, you can keep them, but we'll just unhighlight these now, so you don't see them, and all you see is where the emitter start, and you can see it's a wee bit jumpy, but that's just the emitter producing its splooge. Technically, it's fluid. And really, what you want is you want to have a camera. We'll just highlight that. We'll go 0, 0, 0 on the position, so it's inside everything. And then change the rotation to 0, 0, 0, and just drag it out to about there. So all you're going to really see, change the position. All you're going to really see is this type of animation. This is all you're going to see, and I know the animation itself kind of contact starts round about here, but I guess you could just maybe do like a logo type of cinematic type of intro cinematography type thing at the beginning. I'm not going to do that, I'm just going to keep it nice and simple, have it come through here, back out. So I'm just going to start round about, I'll just start here, go to 300, slowly pull it out to about there, and just leave it there. So you've got your logo, and you see the logo, and then you see the impact. You don't need to do this, this is just total preference. I'm just going to twist the camera a wee. I'm just honestly trying things just now. This ain't, if I do that, oh yes, right, I'm going to keep that. I'm actually going to keep that way. I don't know why. This could be this is going to be the version 2 of this intro, so I'm keeping that. Textures. Now with textures, we just want to access the camera, and for the fluid, I will quickly just make up a nice wee texture. So some reflections, take that down to about 10. Transparency I quite like it on 1.25 with Fresnel at near between 5 and 15 is quite nice. I'm just going to do 7 just now, see how that looks like, and I'm going to change the colour. I think I'm actually going to do a nice blue liquid this time instead of a red, and change it on here as well so that you got some sort of colour here. And I don't know about the reflection, I don't know if there's any point. Nah, just keep the reflection white and maybe add a Fresnel to that as well, and just turn that down to about, I'll just put that at 15. Apply it to the texture. It looks like water. That looks like a nice water texture, like a nice blue water texture. I'm just going to add a floor. No, let's just add a plane. Just add a plane to the background, and we'll just resize that. Let's change that. Change the size. Change the size. Put it back slightly, and just quickly jump into the camera just to see. Oh, shit. Just to see where. Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You don't have to add a background. I'm just adding a background, just maybe a wee bit easier. That looks nice. I know it's just a quick standard render, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll just add a can add an area light, but we're just going to add a normal light, put it close to there, copy and paste it, check what it is, it's minus 400, we just change that, put it back to 500, same with the second light, just put that 400, minus 500, and to put the light on the other side, just change the number to minus from minus to positive, and just add a couple of shadow maps. This list nice soft shadow map, soft. I'll only change the shadow map to about 750, 1000, just depends. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh my god, wow. What they did. What I've done here is a total accident. I don't know why, but it looks quite cool. I've got to change the colour of this a wee bit. I'm going to make it a wee bit darker. Less transparent. Actually, I've got to change this to 1.35. Just to see. Just to see. Yeah, that looks a wee bit better. When you're doing these textures, just make sure you mess about with them, just to get what you feel is appropriate for these sort of things. Make it a wee bit darker, and that seems a wee bit better. Should I keep the? I'm actually going to delete the background. You don't need to follow exactly what I'm doing. It's just this total preference. It's entirely up to yourself. What you feel is correct and what you feel is right. You should do. I need to change. Your lighting. If I turn it down, turn that down, change the reflection, transparency, turn the Fresnel, I'm going to turn that up to 20%. Yeah, that's a wee bit better. And then just quickly add a texture to, so add a texture to your logo, font, whatever. I actually use Video Copilot's textures when I'm doing some things. And they're decent, they're nice, I quite like them, so yeah, it's your own personal preference. I'll just use I'll just use a stone map because sometimes they're quite nice. Just make sure I can see it. You can get cardboard, granite. I wonder if I got dark marble somewhere. Nah. Marble, specular. That's quite nice. Nah, actually nah. I'm not using any of them. Actually, I will actually go just use, what's these green ones like? Do you know, I'm just going to use this. Only using this for the sheer sake that it's the first one there. The normal. You'll have your own textures, guys. You can use your own ones. It's entirely up to yourselves. No specular, yes. See, I don't even know if this is the right way of doing these, but this is the way I like doing it. So, you know what's quite cool as well? I know you're not supposed to add a fucking. You're not supposed to add a reflection, but sometimes they're quite cool just to add a wee quick reflection, just for fun, because that looks decent. I quite like it. Oh, you can rotate that. It's nice, cool. Aye, that'll do. That's fine. That's fine. Can I reset that? Object, GI, so there we go. Right, so I'm just going to quickly add that. Quickly change this to cubic. Change this to 50 and just make it a wee bit more. That'll do. That's fine. That's fine with me. Just quickly change the colour. Always comes up my second window. Don't know why. We can add the colour to this. So just find that. I wonder what that looks like. Just messing with textures now, just to see what stands out and what doesn't. Just go 55, 55, 55. Nice dark texture. Oof, that's way too dark. Way too dark. Go 100, 100, and 100. And that should be still too dark. Just gotta keep it white. Just keep it white. That's fine. The texture doesn't need to be absolutely superb, as long as it looks okay. Oh, cause that's fine. I'll just maybe turn it down a wee bit. I'll go 55, 55, and yeah, that'll do. That'll do. That's fine. And just in the, I'm just quickly changing a few wee settings in this. Nice blue little light, and then on the other side we'll go nice, very faint orange colour. It doesn't really do much, it just does slight difference. So yes guys, that is some, I'll just quickly do my render settings actually first. I'm just going to go 1280 by, I'll just do 600. I only do this, save time, and I always put letterbox in my animations, so that's why. 300 frames, anti-aliasing on 2x2. I'm just adding in a quick sky, guys, a wee HDRI image. I've actually got a few kicking about somewhere in my pictures, ones that I've found. HDRI, where are you, HDRI images. I usually quite like using this one, nature's quite nice. No, create a quick sky, sky, and Cinema4D tags, compositing, excuse me, seen by camera, and just make sure you save that. And then within yeah, there we go. It's a slight difference within the shading and the colour of the text, not text, the fluid. So yeah guys, that is the tutorial for Cinema4D, Realflow and Cinema4D. Back and forth, you know. So if this was helpful, I know it's on for a very long time, but if this was helpful and if there's anything you want to know, please let me know. In the description, if you've watched this far, there will be the list of what sections what. If you want to go back and check a few things, that's what I'll have to do, just to make sure that I know what's going on and check this over and watch it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to see more, if you see any animations or any things I do that you want to see, let me know and I'll get that done. This has been the first. There should be a lot more Realflow tutorials and how to do things quicker. I'll try and do the tutorials quicker for people who don't want to watch them as long as I've been watching this.